Okay, game three. The excitement is real.
Decisive moment. So Ryan, Kenneth, 1-1 so far.
Yeah, so game one went to mono blue, mostly due to the fact of just the Veiled Serpents. Game two went to Ryan with the mono red. Mono red plays exclusively in game two of just the beatdown with the two twos mostly.
And outmaneuvering his opponent.
Literally and metaphorically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still a card.
So let's see. Ryan goes down a card here, it looks like.
Oh, do we have. Okay. Looks
Oh.
like we don't have the most exciting opening hand, but we'll see how this goes.
I'm wondering because players use today's mulligan rule. I wonder what was the mulligan rule back then. You just draw a 6, right?
Yeah, you would just draw on 6 stack then.
Ooh, now it's lifting refrain on turn 2. So
lifting refrain on turn 2 is just the best.
Oh, and Ryan is stuck on land. This is a hard counter right now. This gonna counter any spell in Ryan's deck of Kenneth's choosing.
Now that being said, Ryan knows this. The trick is on the table, so Ryan may want to just throw something out just for the sake of just saying like, oh, I'll just let it get counter for the sake of letting it counter.
Wizard's Mentor, yeah. Oh, wow.
So Wizard's Mentor right here is like just a 3-mana 2/2, which might be enough, but we'll see how it goes.
I wonder, because Ryan was probably hoping that he has cyclers, and then was hoping to hit his second land. I think that's why he kept a hand, that he didn't want to go down. Yeah, he didn't want to go down to 6 cards.
And
sorry, more than less than 6 cards, because he was already taking a mulligan, and then 5 would have felt too little.
Okay, so here's a big question. What do you do here? Do you counter or do you not counter? I feel like you don't counter because, one, they have to pay the echo, and then two, like you're in no like you're not in any real rush right here.
It's also, I think, the situation is here, what Kenneth is thinking, that like, okay, well, I'm out of mana, and then there's probably like 3 to 4 cards at max in Ryan's deck, which I'm really worried about. Fire Elementals is one of them, maybe a couple of Arc Lightnings, and then he just want to make sure that those never gonna resolve if he doesn't want that to. So that's why he's holding into the counter. Okay, so Ryan get something going. Kenneth is weighing his options, and then oh, Coral Merfolk. Oh, that's an aggressive move here. So Coral Merfolk into Pendraflux. So Pendraflux is I guess the blue Doomblade, shall we say?
Oh yeah, if any creature has got echo cost on it, they basically play the Pendraflux on it, and basically just says, you're gonna kill this creature.
Yeah, Flower of Sparks on the Merfolk. So Ryan is still holding the fort, trying to hit that land. Yeah, pointing out probably his own sufferings.
Okay, just getting a little frisky for 2, which is fine. I think this is one of those moments where
it's a free flyer.
Kenneth maybe should have thought about if countering the Shower of Sparks.
That could have been, yeah. You're right. And then keep up the pressure.
Do you do it? Maybe, maybe not. But I think this is one of those moments where Kenneth really should have thought about it. And they just, like, he just said, no, I'm just going to go straight to it.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, you're absolutely right.
If you counter that Shower of Sparks, you then, like, have 2 more power on the board. And you'd be so far ahead. It's just like you're winning every race 6 ways from Tuesday.
Although Kenneth is very, very patient and diligent player, so I think he really trying to be disciplined with just holding it up to.
Interesting. I'm very surprised that didn't want to get in with the Stern Proxy. Because the Goblin can't block.
Yeah, I think this was something which maybe I don't know. He was worried about like a haste, a Goblin buggy, and then didn't want to take the 4 maybe. There's another Goblin Raider, so
no
blocks, yeah, on Ryan's side, which normally wouldn't be a problem.
When it rewinds it. Oh, wow.
So he has none of it.
Yeah, and this is one of those moments where it's like, so sometimes you're playing against like mono red or very aggressive decks, and you feel like you want to be on the defensive, but the reality is, wow, confiscating a land. Oh
So that's
Oh,
one
wow.
of the
poor
reasons why Kenneth is a
buddy.
great player. He realizes these lines of play which other people don't think is trivial. And now, like Ryan is in a world of hurt. Like he drew his third land, which became his second land.
And just can't block. And this is one
Oh
of
my
those
god.
things where I think Ken's just like subconsciously thinking like, oh, they're the aggressive player. I need to keep blockers back, but really should be just racing right now.
Yeah, so there's the war buggy. Now let's see, because if Kenneth blocks with the wizard mentor, oh okay. For some reason the war buggy is not coming.
Well, this is one of those dynamics where if Ken countered the shower of sparks and just kept attacking, would be winning this race 6 ways from Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So
But Ken decides to return.
to return everything. Yeah, and Kenneth has like 7 mana right now, 8 with this, so he can just replay his board. Yeah, Peregrine
So
Drake,
the Drake's free.
3/3. Yeah,
So a little less there.
Wizard's Mentor. Yeah. Thinking of that refrain a little bit out of order, but yeah.
And paying the echo on that war buggy just feels so brutal right now.
Yeah, Ryan's trying to see if he has any ways to actually turn this race around here. Uh, Not land. So that's one thing which he knows now that Kenneth is also flooded. So there's a little bit of stalemate here. So he's taking 2 in the air, but he has 4 power on attack. And now the fiery mantle. So now he has to go for it. And now this is where the refrain is gonna get sacrificed. Like Kenneth doesn't want to see a fiery mantle. Yeah,
It just accepts the 2. It's fine.
because that would be the fiery mantle would have been the way for getting back to the game. Kenneth cycles, draws card.
Well, I actually think that's one of those things where like the fire mantle would just be eating up all that red mana and totally shuts off
Oh, you think
Ryan's game.
you wouldn't
So,
have
so in
yeah,
actuality, I think Kenneth maybe wouldn't let that go because playing fiery mantle effectively does nothing on the actual board.
yeah, you are approaching it more from the tempo angle, and yeah, probably there's merits to that line for sure. And then here's a Veiled Serpent, and then the Clock of Two coming from the air.
Yep. Okay,
Oh,
so this
now
this really
another
just
echo.
forces Ryan in such an awkward spot because one, Ryan's got to pay the echo, but two, if Ryan plays anything, like it's another 4/4 on the other side. Ryan also's got the island up, and it's just one of those things where it's just not a great scenario.
Yeah, he doesn't need to make this decision right now because the echo cost is basically eating away his turn. So that's. Oh, he does
Chooses
not
not to
to play
pay
the
the
echo.
echo.
Wow.
Wild
So,
child.
so okay, 3 mana up,
Ha.
and what's Ryan gonna do
He's
here?
gonna have an arc lightning, that's why.
Yeah,
He wanted to eliminate the clock. He realizes that like 6 life, 3 turn clock.
but this now activates the Veiled Serpent, and
Oh,
it
there's a
just
bounce.
bounces it, and the Veiled Serpent gets activated here.
Yeah, Ryan has an island now. So the problem is that the serpent could attack.
Oh, and we miss a trigger. The Veiled Serpent should be activated, but Kent doesn't move it at all.
Oh, yeah, maybe that was forgotten.
Yeah, yeah. Which we're all playing friendly games at this game table, so it's we're never gonna worry about.
And again,
missed
these
triggers.
card designs are not necessarily intuitive, aligned with today's sets. Okay, so yeah, so the couple comes back, but I can take for free and Wizard's Mentor. So every 2 turns, there's a massive fog on an attack. And now the Wizard's Mentor cannot tap, so that's good. Yes, it's cycling like Ryan. That's
Wow.
a scenario we were talking about. When are you cycling that Drake, and then probably when you don't have lands, and then now Ryan is desperately still trying to set up his mana. He was dealing damage though lately, so and there's a Goblin Battle.
Okay. Okay.
So that's not nothing. And then next turn, if he has a land, he pays the echo. He has 4 mana to work with. So there's the clock is still 3 turn clock.
And the Veiled Serpent trigger just still not getting hit. And
Colossus!
the
Wow!
Phyrexian Colossus hits the table, and just Ryan has got
Damn.
nothing.
So now we
in
know
the
why
deck.
that Vortex key is on the table. So Kenneth can untap the Phyrexian Colossus, which is kind of Troll of Khazad-dûm from 1996.
Yeah, because there is just nothing that Mono Red's really going to have to deal with something with that much toughness.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, right now, Ryan's board is just not living up to that Colossus
Well, it's not only that though. Since
and
one of
Sleeto.
Ryan's creatures can't block, the phrasing classes is literally representing lethal.
And Mono Red does not have very good ways to actually deal with 8 lifeless creatures. So Ryan is thinking, how can he get out of it? Like, what is the maybe he can play
Reading the text. Reading the text. So we'll just go over it again. So phrasing classes is how big again?
It's 8/8.
So it's an 8/8, and it stays tapped unless you pay
8 life.
And then with Voltaic Key, you get to untap it for free, basically.
Because it's an artifact. So Kenneth can send in the Colossus, eat away Ryan's board if he can't trade with it, and then do it again the next turn.
And then on top of that, the Voltaic Key basically makes it have vigilance too, so it can play defense if it needs to play.
Oh my god, yeah, Ryan is in a world of trouble. And this is the final deciding game. He's trying to see what are his options to get out underneath this. And
it's not looking good, that's for sure.
He has a Viashino Outrider there, so he can actually set up like a triple block on the Colossus. Now anything like a Rescind or anything is game over here.
And that's one of those things. Ken might even be okay with that. Like, you eat my Colossus, but I get your board? Deal.
I mean, Kenneth, though, has to weigh the fact that Ryan has a full grip and Kenneth has one card.
Yeah.
So Ryan was missing lands, but because of that, he has a lot of land. And then, Ryan is pointing at the combo.
Yeah, see the Voltaic Key with the Phrasing Colossus? That does work. That does work, yes.
Yeah, that's also remarkable drafting from Kenneth, like picking up the pieces and putting it together in his blue deck. So Kenneth untaps, and Ryan wasn't playing anything there. So now I don't know. Is he trying to
move to attack?
Kenneth into it, and then yes, it's 4 damage. 4 is getting through either way, even if all his Ryan's creatures could block. Oh, there's a removal. That's why. So there's a heat ray there. Okay. That can kill one of the attackers. And in that way, but I think Ryan is going to realize that there's only 2 block. Yeah, Ryan's pointing it out. And it's a little.
And not enough blockers.
He just did not have the mana to present enough.
And the handshake is extended. Good game on both players.
Yeah, it shows that Fiery Mentals were the game plan here all along via Shino Outrider, but he just didn't have the mana to do all the things.
Yeah.
So great game. Kenneth is into the finals. Ryan was showing some, grit, trying to stay in this game, but ultimately, we're gonna see Kenneth back in the finals.